Welcome back to HKC News. Anita Cruz here with you again. Today we're in Sri Lanka, an island located south of India, talking about the conflict between the Tamils and the Sinhalese. Sri Lanka was once called Ceylon up until 1972. The conflict arising in Sri Lanka is between the Sinhalese, who took complete control of Sri Lanka, and the Tamils, who want independence from Sinhalese. Right now, the Tamils are currently under control of the Sinhalese government, which is run by President Rajapaksa. Right now, we have President Rajapaksa with us. Welcome. Hello. President, why was this conflict necessary?
The conflict between the Sinhalese and the Tamils started when disagreements fled between the two ethnic groups when drawing up the country's first post-independence constitution. Since Sinhalese wanted to control, they promoted Sinhala and Buddhism as the only official language and religion.
Thank you, President, for your cooperation and time with us.
Thank you.
Next, we have Carmen, a Tamil woman caught up in the situation between the Sinhalese and the Tamils. Carmen, what effect has this situation taken on the Tamils?
It was a rough time for my family and all the other Tamils. 50,000 children were reportedly trapped on a tiny strip of land, known as one of the most dangerous places in the world. Survivors that had time to find shelter went to hospitals and churches, but Sinhalese ended up bombing those shelters.
Liberation Tiger Tamil Elam, also known as LTTE, a terrorist group, have caused a lot of suffering for the Tamils. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. Since the LTTE has done a lot to Sinhalese have stopped helping us. Starving mothers weren't able to feed their babies, children died of illnesses caused by malnutrition, and men and boys were taken at gunpoint from their families. Some Tamils were herded into concentration camps, where they were not housed, well fed, or cared for.
While in the concentration camps, thousands died and thousands more lost hope of ever living a normal life again. Since this, how is the situation currently?
Since then, schools, housing, and jobs are needed in Tamil, as well as freedom from discrimination. We Tamils have no faith in political processes. We have lost our voice and have no representation following defeat of the LTTE.
Thank you, Carmen, for being with us today. Next, we have a Sinhalese woman here to explain her side of the situation. Welcome, Deb.
Hi.
What problems arise between the Tamils and the Sinhalese?
Well, during July of 1938, Tamil separatists attacked and killed 13 Sinhalese troops. The result was rioting, in which hundreds of people died. Afterwards, the Tamils fought a guerrilla war against the government.
What has happened since then?
Since the current breakdown of the peace process, the Sinhalese military launched a major offensive against the Tamil Tigers, bringing a vast area under control and limiting the Tamils to a 21.5 km squared area.
Thank you, Deb, for joining us today.
Cool.
As you can see, the situation between the Tamils and the Sinhalese have yet to be resolved. Even to this day, Tamils leave Sri Lanka due to persecution and discrimination. Most have moved to India, Australia, Europe, Canada, the US, and other countries where they're accepted and safe. The passing of the Vanduki resolution has marked a turning point in Sri Lanka. Tamils struggle to have their grievances addressed. Currently, President Rajapaksa has said Sinhalese will not agree to a separate state or even a federalist model by way of allowing some degree of Tamil nominee in the Sri Lanka, increasing belief that the final military defeat of the LTT is near. Rajapaksa's goal is focused on officially defeating the Tamil Tigers military and regaining the few areas left of Tamil. Rajapaksa says nothing is likely to stop his current goal from finishing what they have started. Until next time, this is Juanita Cruz from HKC News. The map of Sri Lanka.
Of Sinhala.
Sinhalese getting ready for war. This is the Sinhalese people killing the Tamils.
Allies and enemies play a significant role in the impact of world relations. For example, Australia, Europe, Canada, and the United States had open arms when the Tamils attempted to escape in Sri Lanka. And when different countries don't agree with other countries, the result is conflict, or another cause of conflict between ethnic groups is a desire for power and self-rule. For example, the Tamils didn't agree with the Sinhalese choice to change everyone's religion to Buddhism, so they tried to segregate from the rest of Sri Lanka.